Meet 72-year-old Lee Ean Keong, better known as Captain Lee, a retired pilot from Malaysia Airlines. With a career spanning 40 years and nearly 20,000 flight hours, Lee has witnessed the country's history from the skies. His journey as a pilot dates back to 1972, when MAS was still known as Malaysia Singapore Airlines.
There was a time when MSA was going to split to MAS and Singapore Airlines. So we were given the choice. You either join SIA or you join MAS. In my batch, 12 of us, 9 of them decided to join Singapore Airlines. And only 3 of us joined MAS.
And that's how he earned his title as one of the pioneering first-generation pilots for the airline that's now synonymous with the nation. Since then, Lee has traveled the world, but when it comes to unforgettable moments, he recalls his days as a co-pilot in Sabah.
Those days in the East Malaysia, air transportation was the only means of travel for the people because the road system was very bad. So you can see some of them carrying their chickens with them, and then they will put it right right where they were seated, and before you know it, the chickens were running all over the cabin of the aircraft, and the stewardess will be running after these chickens. So it can be quite humorous at that time. Yeah.
Over the years, as Lee climbed the ranks to become a captain, he took charge of the VVIP flights in the 1980s, often transporting former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
Actually, VVIP flights are very stressful because they work on punctuality, on time. We have to know what time you want to land. We have to know what time you want the door to be open. Things like this, It has to be precise. One of the places that we had a very funny incident was in Papua New Guinea, in Port Moresby, where we landed. Everything was fine, opened the door, right on time. Mahathir was coming out, and Negaraku was played, as it was coming out, and they raised our national flag, but it turned out to be Singapore flag. And the next day, the Papua New Guinea government came out with a big apology in the newspaper, and said, "We are so sorry that the wrong flag was raised."
Despite the glamour often associated with flying, Lee admits that the profession has its own challenges, such as month-long separations from the family.
I always say that for the pilots to have a family, the wife must be very strong, because the wife has to play the part of the father, the mother, the organizer. Anything happens, she's the one who is going to be doing all the running here and there. So the wife of a pilot must be very strong and able and capable, and that's what my wife is all these years.
Retired since 2011 with children scattered across the globe, Lee continues to fly, but now from the comfort of a passenger seat. Theevya Ragu, FMT Lifestyle.